Hello YouTubers, diecast collectors, it is me, the J-Man63. Today I have a little bit of a discontinued diecast spotlight for you guys, and this is all about the defunct Jada roadrat Von Dutch lineup. That was a very big part of car culture in the mid-2000s. I wish these lines had gone further. However, these are really rare pieces now, especially if you can get your hands on one of these really cool bikes. Look at all the detail these things had in them, man. You had everything from working spring suspensions to shifter rods. Everything worked on them. Even the drive belts actually functioned, and these were like really cool bikes. And you just saw every square inch of these things that had working brake levers, almost everything actuated on them. And these were super cool. In fact, this was my first foray into actually collecting real deal collectibles. These were my first foray into actual collecting. In fact, I actually got the side of the box. I had to glue the side view mirror back on here. You can't see the repair, but I had to glue that mirror back on. But man, what a nice bike. How short-lived up this lineup was. And you had the Dragnut and Cruel World, which were two of the coolest bikes, which I wish they'd continued with this lineup. Because if Jada made their stuff this detailed, that would be absolutely amazing. Some of the Jada stuff, this is the only Jada stuff I actually have. And why is it some of the only stuff I have? Well, because it's worthwhile and it's probably worth collecting, because this is like some of the custom culture stuff that they got into. They were really nicely detailed. Why do I think they stopped making them? Probably a lot of the reason is the value of $1 got lost along the way. And I really wish they'd continued making these with these flat paint jobs. Just really cool looking ratty rat rods. You even had the Cadillac Series 62, a casting I don't think we're seeing a whole lot of now. Look at the writing, and some of the details on these were very nicely done. Even the interiors were pretty nice. The hoods opened, I think. I have a feeling they did. But how much of the Series 62 do you see anymore in this lineup? You even had the 56 Bel Air, which I don't think we see this too often in the Von Dutch garage. Have a good majority of these. But man, were these really cool or what? Because these only lasted for a short amount of time, and if you don't have your hands on one of these, you got to get some of these, because they were pretty darn cool if you really like Von Dutch and car culture. Even had the Fleet line, which is pretty neat to have in this lineup. If you wind up getting some of these, I recommend looking for some of these first, because you don't see this Fleet line done too often anymore by Jada. The only ones that ever did it was the Revell Lowrider series. So, and then you have the 59 Eldorado Cadillac, which is pretty cool, which is known as the Radillac in this series. This is pretty cool. You know, and you had so many different cars that they had done in this lineup, which was very neat. 58 Impala. So all these classics. Why this lineup matters so much to me? Well, this is what got me into the car culture thing in the first place. This room wouldn't have happened if I hadn't started collecting this stuff first. So that's why it matters to me. It's important to me because this was my first foray into actually collecting this stuff, and this is kind of the first taste I actually had of it and what I could afford at the time. This was all very new to me, was the car culture stuff and kind of getting that kind of thing. So people ask, it's discontinued, why does it matter so much? Well, it matters because Jada doesn't make cars like this anymore. You know, Jada kind of fell out as a collectible company, and you know, you see their stuff now, it's not exactly in scale, but their stuff used to be in such better scale with 1/64 scale stuff, and now their stuff is way out of proportion. So that's what a lot of what you see now is, so much of the stuff that's not in exact 100% scale to 1/64th, and this lineup was pretty accurately done. So a lot of the Jadas kind of lost their true scaling after the Roadrats and Von Dutch. You know, they had Import Racer true, but Jada really used to have a lot more realism and detail to their stuff, and in my opinion, this is kind of the last you saw of it. Now, Roadrats did have a 1/24 scale line. However, I'm not fortunate enough to have some of those, but Roadrats was kind of another spin-off of the Von Dutch series, which is why I've included Roadrats here in this video. So this is an interesting discontinued diecast kind of spotlight to show you guys and why they just stopped making such incredible line of amazing pieces, which I grew up. I really wanted the Von Dutch bikes when I was growing up, and I'm glad that Don sold these to me, because these were some of the pieces that he had sold me, and they're very significant in my career because I love hot rods and stuff, and this kick-started and fostered a love of interest in hot rods and different cultures. So that's why, to me, this lineup is just so darn significant in terms of models and stuff. It's just very cool to have this line, a few of these pieces at least. I may not have the entire lineup, but it's cool to have the few pieces I do. Anyway, that is my 8-minute video for Discontinued Diecast Spotlight. Join me on the JMan63 for more videos. I will see you guys later. Check me out for more of my Discontinued Diecast Spotlights, where we will dive deep into why I think this stuff is no longer anymore. Like I said, I think it's just the value of $1, how stuff has kind of gone south. So just a very cool lineup to get. If you're lucky enough to get these Von Dutch bikes go for $60 on eBay, and then the Von Dutch Roadrats can go for like $5 to $8, $10 a piece. These can go for a little bit, but these are significant to me. Anyway, I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.